What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and happy Monday. Yes, I know it's Monday. Everybody hates Monday, but screw it. You know what? Happy Monday anyway. We are headed out to Dover's garage today, and gonna kick around in the shop a little bit. Unfortunately, Jeremy's not able to be there, but still gonna try and accomplish something. But as you can see, I have a back seat and a trunk full of parts, so that's what we're gonna do right now. And just like magic, through the power of editing, of course, we have arrived out here at Dover's garage, and it is a chilly day. But anyway, let's see what's popping off. Get some light going in this bad boy. Lights. Aha! Looking good. Scott's car is looking quite a bit more finished. Not bad. Got the power steering reservoir mounted. Overflows mounted. Upper hose is done. Looks like he's finishing up the air conditioning now. Scott, if you're watching this, which I know you probably are, your car is really coming along, dude. It'll look good. Okay, so ever since the upload from last week when I was showing everybody all the new parts from JLT, I've been getting a barrage of emails about people wanting to know, like, you know, how they do it, the hydro dipping, the painting, how does it match, all that other stuff. So, I have brought the beautiful JLT cold air, and I'm going to show you how they match. So, just in case you were wondering if it's legit, it is a perfect match. Now, if it doesn't look 100% perfect right now, it's because the car has got a layer of dust on it about a half a mile thick. And, I mean, it's just, we've been grinding on it, it's dusty, all that. So, yeah, it does look a little different, but there you go. It is an absolute perfect match, and I could not be happier. And like I said, the cold airs, the intake covers, all the other stuff they make them for all different years and generations of Mustangs. So definitely go to JLT True Cold Air and check out what they've got, because like I said in that other video, if you were to take something like this to a part store, to a body shop or something like that and have it done, it would be super expensive. So again, very cool, and I cannot wait. Actually, we're not going to wait. We're going to mock up the engine right now. Here we go. Okay, so like I said, everybody wants to know what the engine's going to look like. Well, I hope you're ready. Sit down. If you're standing up, definitely sit down and feast your eyes on the engine all mocked up. Yes, I know she's dusty, but there she is. I know it's got lots of dust and crap, needs to be wiped off. Been sitting here quite a while, but there you go. Now they're just sitting there, obviously, and I did get a lot of people asking, will the 15 to 17 intake covers work on the older intakes? Yes, they will. It's right there. So, yes. That's going to look freaking amazing. And we're also putting all of that goodness into the smoothed engine bay, which we'll be getting into a little more of that in tomorrow's upload. But I just wanted to get everything mocked up and let you check it out. I mean, that is an absolute knockout. Good heavens. Now, at some point, I'm probably going to replace these valve covers and or cam covers, I guess what they are now. I'm going to replace these, get new bolts and all that, because, you know, they look a little tired, especially with all the new stuff put on it. So I may do that sooner rather than later. But especially with all the brand new power by the hour brackets and the new timing cover and stuff. I want it to look good. I don't care what anybody says. I want it to look good. And damn, if that doesn't look good, I don't know what to tell you. All right, guys, so I did want to answer a bunch of questions that Jeremy and I have been getting, smaller specifics on the Coyote Swap. Now, this is number one, and this is for you guys running the 6R80s. This is your drive shaft solution. The drive shaft did have to be custom made, just because of the length and all that. Nobody makes one that's the correct length for a 6R80 and a Fox. But the way it bolts up, it's got a flange on both ends. So you can see right here, can't do it one-handed, it's got a slip yoke built into it because there's no slip on either end for it to move back and forth. So they actually build the slip yoke into it. But that was done by a company here locally. So that is your drive shaft solution. Obviously, it's a custom application, and because it bolts onto the transmission and it bolts onto the rear end, you have to incorporate that slip yoke. So there may be other solutions out there. I'm not really aware of any, but you are going to have a custom-made drive shaft. Now, as far as my car goes, we're not going to know until the transmission and everything is in the car, and we see. I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to have a custom drive shaft made, but I mean, we're going to try the stock one. I mean, we've got probably 5 stock drive shafts laying around here. So we're going to try that and just see. But my guess is I'm probably going to have a drive shaft. But don't hold me to that until we actually get everything in and mocked up and just see where we're at. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so the next question is about cooling, specifically the fan, the radiator, all that. Obviously, you're not going to run your stock clutch fan with the Coyote. But I'll show you Scott's here. Scott's got the Mishimoto dual electric fans there. Hopefully you can see them. That's what he's running. Basically, any electric fan setup's going to work. I am probably going to run a stock fan off of like a 99 to 04 GT. They're actually identical to the ones that came on the Terminators, the 0304 Cobras. And if it'll keep an 0304 Cobra cool, then it'll definitely keep my little Coyote cool. I believe you can get them at pretty much any parts store. And they're about 120 bucks. I had to do one on Mrs. Foxcast GT a while back, and I don't think it was much over 100 bucks. You know, and it's an OE quality fan, screws right to the radiator, no problem. So that is probably what I'm going to do. But again, as far as the fans go, it's wide open. There's plenty of clearance. As you can see, the only area you might have a little issue is right here, but I don't know any fan that's going to stick out that far. So clearance is definitely not going to be a problem at all. So the other question people are asking is, what about my stock radiator? Stock radiator works fine. Scott's using the same one that was in the car when he had the little pushrod 306 in it. So again, you got plenty of room here. You don't have any fitment issues at all. Mine is down here, a little dirty, but I've got a giant Champion 3-core aluminum radiator, which is basically the same thing as Scott's. Super big 3-core radiator. So run your stock radiator. That's not something you're going to have to change. Now, well, okay, let me back up. If you do have a stock, like a bone stock original radiator on your car, I would definitely upgrade it, you know. Just good insurance, and they're not that expensive. But as far as fitment, goes right back in the same spot, hooks up the same way. As far as the outlets go on the Coyote engine, you know, it's top on passenger side and bottom, or top on passenger side, bottom on driver's side. So that configuration is pretty much the same, so no worries there. So yes, you can use the Fox style radiator. You don't have to get like a 11 to 14 radiator or anything like that. So good stuff. All right, so radiator hoses. You wouldn't think that would be very complicated, but here's the thing. The upper is not. This, just like from an 11 to 14 Mustang GT, see, it's got that special coupler on there. So you got to have that. And it comes with this nice little sleeve, which looks all spiffy. The issue comes in on the, over here on the driver's side. Now, why is this an issue? Because this power steering pump isn't here on anything newer like that a Coyote comes in. The Mustangs have electronic steering, electronic power steering, the trucks do. So you've got this big pulley right here, and the outlet comes out right above it. So you've got to have a 90 straight out of it, and then it has to snake around and hook up. Hold on, let me get down there on the radiator on the normal side. So that one is a little bit of an issue. Jeremy found a place that said they they sell one for the Coyote Swap. I can't remember off the top of my head where he said he got it from, but he said he got it and it didn't work. Now, I don't know if this hose was made for cars that are not running power steering, because that's the main issue. Like I said, you've got a pulley right there that's not there on the factory application, and so that's where your issue runs into, because it's basically got a 90 directly off that water neck. But the hose he's got on there, he just found. I guess he spent a couple hours in a parts store and was comparing different hoses and found this one. So I will have a part number for you, and hopefully it looks like it works. He said he was still kind of undecided on it, and he's not able to be here today. So, but if this one does actually work good, you've got plenty of clearance, I will make sure I've got a part number for you, so you can just go to like an O'Reilly or whatever and grab one. So, good stuff. Okay, so another question about fuel system. If you caught the video from last week, I kind of showed you how the fuel system works, but I'll run through that one more time and then tell you what is involved. Obviously, got to have a fuel pressure regulator, and that gets mounted down there. Obviously, you can mount it wherever you want, but the stock Fox body fuel lines come up right here, so there you go. And then, of course, he ran the Dash 8 lines up here, and then you buy these fittings. They adapt to the stock fuel rails that came with the Coyote engine, and I'll have those part numbers for you as well. It's nothing to it. I think there's actually 3 you got to buy. So I already covered that. Your stock injectors that come with the engine are fine unless you're going boosted, and then you already know you're spending some money. So the only other thing you've got to do fuel system wise is make sure you got enough pump to feed it. My car was running with a 155 in tank, but I'm going to go ahead and switch it to a 255, maybe a 340, just depending on what the price difference is between them. I haven't really decided on which brand I'm going to get, but I'm going to do minimum a 255 in tank. That'll be plenty. You don't have to do anything else to the fuel system, so that is definitely a plus. So the last and final main question that we keep getting is shifter for the 6R80. This is for the auto guys running the 6R80. All of those swaps that Jeremy's done with the 6R80s, he's been using the stock Mustang shifter. And actually, these are the ones out of the 4-cylinder. Hold on, I'm going to light this up so you can see it a little better. There you go. He's actually been busy in here a little bit. So what that is, and that's not out of a GT, that's out of a 4-cylinder car. And the reason being is the A4LD trans that's in the 4-cylinder cars has, one more gear position than the AOD in the 5-liter cars. So it actually works out really well. And he also uses the rod instead of a cable, because the AODs use a cable. He's actually using the shift rod, and here it is right here, out of an 8793 4-cylinder car. I don't know if the 79 to 86s are the same. I kind of doubt it because it was a different transmission. I think they were C5s or something in the older cars. I'm not 100% sure. But that's what he's been doing for shifter. Just yanking it out of a 4-cylinder car, using the rod. You do have to shorten the rod a little bit. I don't know 100% how much. It's not much, but it's got a really positive feel as far as when you're actually selecting the gears, which is a good thing. And also, the selector has the same amount of positions that the 6R80 does. So you can use each one of those. It works out great. It's better than the AOD out of a GT or something like that as far as the gear selector, and you can get them anywhere. They're cheap, so you don't have to buy a big expensive shifter. Money saved, good info. All right, guys, so I hope I answered some of your questions today. I know this probably wasn't the most entertaining, but I've been getting a ton of questions, and I want to make sure that I cover as much as possible. So keep the questions coming. You can either email is usually best, because I can print those out and carry them with me. But any questions you got, I'm happy to cover them. That's the reason I'm doing all this, so that you can learn as well. Learn with me as I'm learning, and hopefully do this swap yourself if you want, or whatever. Maybe it is entertaining. I don't know. Ugh. But that's what I got for you today, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by. Again, if you got any more questions, hit me up. Glad to help. And I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to get back on the red car a little bit, make some progress with that. And once Scott's car is kind of wrapped up, it's coming over into this bay, so we can really start all the heavy lifting on the engine bay. So in the meantime, if you like this episode, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and I will holler at you tomorrow. Peace.